How did you analyze the reason why you got accepted to Yale University successfully? What do you think about the strength which appealed to admissions offices at Yale University?
I think the main reason why I was accepted by Yale University, I think, is because I'm a well-rounded person. So my GPA, my extracurricular activities, my essays, they are all balanced. So I think the admissions officers like that fact because many Korean students just have high scores, just high SAT or AP scores. But in my case, my extracurricular activities and my essays were all balanced with my score. So I think that worked as my biggest strength.
What did they see something special in you? Because there are so many great, excellent applicants out there.
Well, my extracurricular activities, they were different from other students. So many Korean students do debating and they participate in many English essay contests and many participate in orchestra. But in my case, those activities are very good. But in my case, I like something else better, like taekwondo or Latin studies. So I did something most Korean students don't do. And I think to Yale admissions officers, they really stood out as something special because this student has her own interest to them, it seemed like.
Many Korean students want to have good command of English. So how did you overcome English language barrier? And do you have any advice to Korean students who want to improve the English communication skills effectively?
Well, I mean, obviously my English is not so perfect, and most of my friends are better at English than me. But in my case, I read a lot of books, English novels, especially classics like Pride and Prejudice or The Age of Innocence. So I think reading a lot of books is the best way to improve your language skill.
Please tell us about your parents' educational principle. How did they educate, nurture, and motivate you?
My parents' principle is very simple. It's like, just do whatever you want. Of course, you shouldn't cause any harm to others, but other than that, you can do anything you want. It's your life. We are not going to decide for you what you have to do. You have to decide it by yourself, but if you decide it, we will support you. So when I was young, my parents, I failed in kindergarten when I was living in Gangnam, Apgujeongdong. So my parents did not want me to live in such a restrictive, competitive atmosphere, and we all moved into Yongin. And I lived in a very liberal atmosphere, and they tried to, convince me that the best way to live is to live the way you want. So when I was a child, I played a lot. I watched a lot of TV. When my friends told me that it's childish to watch Pokemonster, but I watched a lot of TV. And I traveled a lot. I read a lot of books, and I think it just naturally happened.
Okay. Finally, say something to Korean students who are eager to enter Ivy League schools.
I think it's more important to be yourself than to aim at Ivy League schools. I mean, there are many amazing schools that are not Ivy League, that do not belong to Ivy Leagues. There are many amazing small liberal arts colleges, and there are many specialized schools that are specialized in specific areas, and there are schools that provide financial aid. So I think you should consider all you should consider the wide range of possible choices rather than to just focus on Ivy Leagues. So my advice is that you should, have a larger perspective when choosing a college you want. So just don't be so obsessive with name value, because it can be nothing. What you want is a college that wants you.